So, question question 2. Sorry. Use to find the discriminant of each of the following equations and state the roots are real and different, real and equal, real and or imaginary. Now, would everybody agree that question 2, which I'm underlining right now, or just put into a box, would everybody agree that's an N-shaped graph? How do I know it's N-shaped? Has a minus x squared. So the problem is I don't know if it hits the axis twice. I don't know if it touches it once, or I don't know if it hits it at all. Do you get what I'm saying? If it hits it twice, what's the answer? Real and different. If it touches it once, real and equal. If it doesn't touch it at all, imaginary. The roots do not exist. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use what's called the discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac. And we're going to lob in our numbers. A is minus 2, B is 3, and C is 1. You lob it in, and what do you get? Anybody? I wrote it down wrong, did I? This one? What do you get? 17. 17. 17 is bigger than 0, so what does that mean? The roots are real and different. Is that okay? Let's try another one. You asked me to try question 3, didn't you? Alright. Now question 3 is U-shaped. How do I know it's U-shaped? So once again, if it hits like this, you have two real and different roots. If it hits once, it's real and equal, and if it doesn't hit at all, it's imaginary. So let's find out which one it is. A is 3, B is 2, C is minus 1. And then we do b squared minus 4ac, and we get 2 squared minus 4 times, legend. Alright guys, b squared is, oh god, Aaron, I think you're right. I think I need to retire. Now, b squared is 2 squared, 4 times 3 times, minus 1, and what then? And that gives me 16, and we cool with that? Alrighty. 16 means what? Greater than 0, so it's real and. Alright. Let's have a look at question. Have a look at question 2. Ouch. This is a really weird question. Alright? What are the two roots A and B if you're just to use the graph? What do you reckon? 1 point? 1.4, 1.5-ish? And what about the other one? 6.5? Yeah, something like that. Would you agree with that? Now, this is an awful question, right? So look at this. The curve shown has equation in the form ax squared plus bx plus c. How would you normally, if I gave you this equation here, how would you normally find where it hits the axis? What would you do? You'd solve it, wouldn't you? And you'd say, oh look, it's the two answers are x equals 3 and x equals 1. What would you do if I messed this up a bit more and I said make that equal to 9? And you couldn't do it anymore in the normal way. What would you do then? You do the minus b formula, wouldn't you? So guess what you have to do for this one? It's not the best question I've ever seen in my life. Guess what you have to write down? X equals minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And then you write down the two roots separately. One of them's plus b squared minus 4ac, and the other one's minus b squared minus 4ac over 2a. Does that fit the description of the question? Find in terms of a, b, and c the coordinates of a and b. It doesn't actually fit it at all just yet. What's the issue? The issue is I have the x values, but oh, it does actually fit it. Because look at this. What do we know about the y values when it crosses the axis? Huh? Yeah. So what are the coordinates then? The x coordinate is this. That's one of them. And the other one? We didn't really do anything, did we? We just wrote down the minus b formula because that's all we could do, wasn't it? Were we able to solve this equation without any numbers? And we're told to leave it in terms of a, b, and Steve, there's nothing else I could do. Okay? That's a confusing question. Now, let's go on to question. Sorry, there must be a question 5, that's easy. Remember, you have three descriptions, don't you? B squared minus 4ac is bigger than 0 if it's real. What's the other option? If it's equals 0, if it's equal roots. Does that fit the description of the question? Does, doesn't it? What's the a value, Chatty? The a value is what comes in front of the x squared. What's the a value in this question? Yep. What's the b value? Yep. What's the c value? Great. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to replace b squared minus 4ac. I want you to replace it with the letters you just gave it and solve it for me and find the values of k. Let's find out. Alright. So we have b squared, which is 2k plus 2 squared. A is k squared and c is 4. It's 2k plus 2 multiplied by another 2k plus 2. Are we good with that? 4k squared plus 4k plus another 4k plus 4 minus 16k squared equals 0. We're going to get minus 12k squared plus 8k plus 4 equals 0. Divide both sides by minus 4 and what happens? 3k squared minus 2k minus 1 equals 0. You did the minus b formula? No. You just factorized it from there, did you? Impressive. Right, then what you get? Reference number of minus 3. So what do we think? Minus 3 and plus 1. Whoa. Ah, thanks, Charlie. Just looking for it. It's like, I think I just made a mistake. Got to take out the next one? Make it work. Just a plus 1, isn't it? So you get 3k plus 1 and k minus 1 equals to 0. Then you get k equals 1 or 3k equals minus 1, k equals minus 1 over 3. Who beat me to it? Question 9. Prove that the equation has real roots. What's the criteria for real roots? They can be two distinct roots, or they can be equal roots. Does anybody know how to combine these two together? What can you say instead? B squared minus 4ac greater than or equal to 0. That's what you're doing. Get your A, B, and C value and see what you come up with. Okay? A is k minus 2, B is 2, and C is minus k. What you guys did is you replaced B with k minus 2, and you then said 4 times, wait, I'm wrong. It's 2 squared minus 4 times k minus 2 times minus k. Alright, so we got 4 here. Now I'm going to leave the minus 4 alone for a second. Now what's k times minus k? 2 times k. Okay, now multiply that by minus 4 and what do we get? Or k squared, yeah. Minus ak, yeah. Plus 4, greater than or equal to 0. Is there anything we can factorize out both sides? Divide both sides by 4. What do we get? Alright, do me a favour. Factorize that for me. Okay? Factorize. Alrighty. So, you get b squared minus 4 times 1 times c and less than 0, is it? Right. What's this? 4p squared. Minus 4 times 1 minus 4, then what's the 2 of this? Yeah. Yeah. Just not a bad one actually. Look at this. What can we say about p squared and q squared on their own? What can we say about p squared and q squared on their own? They're guaranteed to be positive. So, what can I write down here? Makes sense, does it? Minus 8 times a guaranteed positive number, minus 4 times a guaranteed number is a negative, resulting in an overall number, which means it can never be greater than 0. That makes sense? Hopefully. Alrighty. And we're done.